Okay. So, I asked on Snapchat, if y'all got any questions for a Q&A video. This is the only time that you'll probably see a horizontal video instead of a vertical video. Because when I'm on live or if I'm doing Zoom, I can't make it horizontal. It's not gonna work out. Wait on her, stop screaming. So, the first question is from Sammy, and it's best way to start shadow work because I'm lost. I know how, but I don't feel like I'm connecting. Shadow work does not have to be like this very intimate feeling. Like literally just crying in your room because you realized that you called yourself stupid today and you were trying to work on that. That's shadow work. So is fighting parts of your personality that you know were wrong. Like, you realize you're being a little too egotistical, or you're being a bitch to your mom. Stuff like that. It doesn't have to be this spiritual feeling. It's like an everyday episode. Next is, how did you and your husband meet? Funny story. So, I met him officially last year, in August of last year, 2022. But the funny thing is we figured out after we got married that 2 years ago, me and him were talking to each other on this TikTok / singer's Twitch channel called Josh Vida. You may know his wife Sue Rose, who now officially has 3 little munchkins. Yeah, we clicked really well there, and then we stopped talking to each other for 2 years, and then he decided to talk to me when he was drunk on Snapchat, and we haven't looked back since. We've been going 7 months strong, almost 8 months, and I don't regret it. V asks, do you know any cool native witch stories or spell work? No. 1, because I'm not native. And 2, where I live in the South, the natives are very conservative. Not in a Republican way, in a cultural way. The only thing that we know about is the 4-leggeds that turn into 2-leggeds. And over here, owls are a sign of goodness. Najay says, what's your favorite hex I've done? My favorite hex is where I took a bunny that died suspiciously pristine next to the front door of our house, and I hexed and returned to sender. That will be up on my Patreon when I get that set up, so keep an eye out on Snapchat. The reason I chose Patreon is because a lot of things like YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, they won't allow you to show dead animals. Gothic asks, how did you learn how to tell the energy from entities? How did you learn to identify spirits through their energy? You know how you catch bad vibes from people? Like living people. It's very similar. However, especially on Witch Talk, they seem to think that strong energy that makes you feel panicky is bad energy, and it's just because their frequency is either really low or really high, and the human body, cannot handle it. My big guy, his energy when he manifest is fucking dreadful, but he's my protector and he hasn't hurt anything to my knowledge, unless he's protecting me. So like if you have a fun hyper energy, a lot of people will tell you that's Loki, can be trickster spirits, but Loki is a higher trickster spirit. Don't get that mixed up. But if you feel like a gloomy energy, that's a sad spirit. You know, it's A plus B. You know, A plus B equals C. Lady Libra says favorite herb, favorite flower. My favorite flower is bluebells because they're really pretty and they're really nice. But if you ingest too much of it, you will die. I love it. My favorite herb is honestly rue because you can put in a lot of spell work, a lot of neutral and positive spell work. Occasionally negative, but not big fan of it being a negative spell work. Crystal says, what do you think of ghost hunting shows like Ghost Adventures? Ghost Adventures I fucking love, because I've watched Ghost Adventures since season 1, okay? So I know they're authentic, I've seen the authenticity and everything. And they're still authentic to this day. Now, there are some shows, like the Twin Brothers, where I think that's bullshit. I know Nick, who left Ghost Adventures and was like, I'm done with Ghost, and then made his own fucking show. I know he's authentic. And I also know that the girl and guy, she's a medium and she can see things, and she solves problems, and the guy helps her. They're middle-aged, 30s, 40s. That one's real. But all the other ones, they're bullshit. I don't believe that shit. Hell no. Like, but I trust Ghost Adventures the most because they show where everyone is. They got camera crew occasionally, like Lauren. They're not afraid to show the camera crew, you know? Like, you have ghost crews hiding people. Why? Candy says, how do you balance being so awesome? Sleep. Does time make a difference for you? I'm supposing this is whenever it comes to spell work. Yeah, I like to follow the moon cycles. But like sometimes I just feel like I can't wait, and I do it, and nothing bad happens. It's just not a preference, you know? Like, I love eclipses, full moons, new moons, traditional stuff. Kelly also said something you loved in the past that you still love today. Markiplier. Markiplier. And dandelions. I've always liked dandelions. I was always that kid that picked up the dandelions. And whenever I found out they turned into those fucking white wispy fuzzballs because of their seeds, dude, when I tell you I was so excited, because that was my second favorite thing, and to find out it was all one plant. All one plant. My favorite type of spell work has to be motivation. Because to see that happen, like, of course it's not going overnight thing. You have to kind of put in a little effort to be motivated. Like, find a hobby or, you know, buy the equipment to work out, you know. But to actually, because I've done it on myself, to actually see the motivation without medication, it's so fulfilling. The only downside to the motivation candle that I do is that depending on the size of the candle and how much you burn, it depends on how long you're motivated for. Hi, I know lying shitty, but at last minute, Dylan, one of the Witch Feet and my friends, asked me 3 questions. So, the first one was that I can remember, pagan holidays. I don't celebrate pagan holidays, wasn't raised to, not very interested in them. Why? 1, I'm not pagan. 2, yeah, I got other shit to do. The third one I remember is intense phenomena happening. The one I can remember is when I was not 13, I want to say 11, 12. Mom thought I had been watching too much Ghost Adventures, right? At the time I had really bad insomnia, and I finally got to go to sleep after 3 days, and I felt someone playing with my hair. And then I heard a little girl kicking a ball and giggling in the hallway. I was like, what the fuck? Told Mom about it. She thought it was on crack. She thought it was big imagination, right? Then a few days later, you know how the adults will, when your baby is kicking the back of your car seat. That happened to my mom. And she was like, I thought you were joking. And then a few days after that, I was at school. Mom hears the girl in the ball kicking in the hallway again. Anyway, the dude who was playing with my hair, his name was Harry, and his child's name was Rosalind. Harry didn't seem like a good person, but he seemed like he was trying to make it up to me. I guess he hurt Rosalind somehow or something. Anyway, that was the strongest phenomena to happen to me physically. Emotionally, the most intense phenomena was when, as I said previously, my big guy manifested for the first time. I was like, yes, I remember the first question. It was about if I haven't been scared to get into witchcraft. I haven't been scared to get into it. However, I was scared for a long time to do hexes and jinxes because I overthink everything. And for a normal person, basically a non-neurodivergent, neurotypical person, double thinking means you usually shouldn't do it because you probably did something and it'll backfire. But because I overthink, I'm like, I should do it. I shouldn't do it. I should totally do it. I shouldn't do it. Is this me overthinking or is this me warning myself? So, it took me a while to understand what was overthinking and what was actually warning myself. Whenever it came to painful work. So, yeah. And I believe that is it. If y'all have any more questions, contact me on Snapchat. I'll probably do another Q and A. As I said recently, I think literally yesterday on Snapchat, I'm not actively doing spell work right now because it's Mom's readings week, which means she's busy until like 10 p.m. at night, and I can't really be loud when she's doing readings. And I'm always loud when I'm doing spell work. You can still book readings with me, whether you want to do it on Snapchat or Booksy, WhatsApp. Whatever floats your boat. Thanks for watching.